Hello everyone, welcome to the RoboForex channel. We are now ready to tell you all the most urgent and fresh news of the first summer week. In this review, we will discuss this week's statistics. On our radar, Eurozone and USA. Also, the central banks of European Union and Australia will provide some useful info. The oil market is waiting for the new facts of decreasing production. How will it affect the price? And we will finish with some news from the crypto field. Shall we start? At the beginning of the week, Switzerland, France and Germany will have Monday off, and Italy will follow them on Tuesday. Thus, the news flow may come down a notch. For the first week of June, plenty of statistics is planned. So if you are desperate to trade news, you're in the right place. Leave a like if you've been waiting for a chance to drive a volatility wave. First on our list, the Eurozone. It will present the data about the business activity in production and services. It is unlikely that this final data will differ much from the forecasts. It's quite clear that activity in Europe is low, like anywhere else. Also, the unemployment information is due. Last time, it amounted to 7.4%. Now it may grow to 7.5 to 8%. It depends on how bad the European business feels. As for employment in Europe, at the European Commission level, they say that business needs about $730 billion of investments, otherwise millions of people will find themselves on the labor market. The scale is enormous, even though both the Eurozone and the EU globally started action at once when the crisis came. Imagine what is going to happen with those who haven't reacted promptly. This is still an open question. We can just wait to find an answer. Our other favorite newsmaker, United States of America, didn't let us down this time. As always in the beginning of the month, the focus will be on the employment statistics for May. The forecasts are gloomy. The unemployment rate must have grown to 19.6%, which is an extremely grave perspective. Only an open confrontation between the US and China would be worse. The number of workplaces in the non-farming sector might have fallen by 1 million places in May. Note that a month earlier, it dropped by over 2 million. In reality, the digits might be even scarier. However, we know well that the US will employ their out-of-work population as soon as the quarantine is over. We'll see how they will handle it. This week will belong to central banks as well. The Reserve Bank of Australia opens the season with its session on Tuesday, June the 2nd. The interest rate here is 0.25% per annum and is unlikely to change. It is at its all-time low, and the RBA keeps saying that it is monitoring the situation, ready to support the economy at any moment. Any optimistic remarks by the RBA will strengthen the Australian dollar. Conversely, negative forecasts will also influence it. The European Central Bank is preparing for a new session planned for Thursday, June the 4th. The interest rate is no question. It remains at zero. However, with the stimulation program, things are not so clear. Last week, the head of the ECB, Christine Lagarde, gave another grave forecast of the European GDP decline in 2020. Now, they are waiting for an 8 to 12 decline versus preceding estimate of 5 to 12%. Simultaneously, Lagarde made it clear for the markets that the ECB is ready to keep supporting the economy of the region. So now, we are waiting for the bank to announce, for example, the extension of the asset buyback program. This would support the economy of the Eurozone on the state and corporate levels. The euro-dollar pair grew steeply last week, restoring at its 2-month high. Supported by such nice and confident news, the euro may proceed growing a little. Following the statistics and central banks, the news from the oil market. By the end of the first week, the first serious proof of the decrease in oil production at the OPEC Plus level might appear. We remind that the supplementary agreement has been in force since May. The price of a barrel of Brent is already accounting for the decrease. However, we would like to know the exact amount of it. Theoretically, the mutual effort of the OPEC Plus countries may decrease the global oversupply of oil by 10 million barrels daily, the surplus amounting to 18 and 20 million barrels at the beginning of May. Add here a drop in shale oil production in the USA. Hypothetically speaking, the picture might look appealing. If so, Brent may secure at $35 to $40 per barrel. Waiting for the OPEC Plus report and how it will affect the Brent oil. Finishing with some news from the crypto market. In June, we will track any news somehow connected to the launch of the test version of the Ethereum 2.0 network. There is no exact date still, but the market is so heated that anything may act as a catalyst of Ethereum price increase. Also, in the first week of the month, there will be a hard fork in the Phoenix network, which might influence the Ethereum Classic price. In total, banks, interest rates, statistics, and a bit of cryptos and oil from the news field this week. Don't forget to subscribe to RoboForex channel to not miss anything from the exciting financial world. Take care and stay tuned.